Hi, my name is Bill Cockayne, and I'm here to talk about the MoonShots program that we're going to run in the next couple of weeks. MoonShots, what is it? MoonShots is a program that we launched out of Stanford University a handful of years ago. It spun off of Stanford's design program and the foresight work that I've led there for about 20 years. So starting about 4 or 5 years ago, we began to spread it further and further around the world. This program actually brought these amazing kids in who started to say, not only are we going to look at the future, but we're going to look at how we can impact the future in a truly astounding way. We built a lot of it out of how Stanford University looks at building, inventing, creating. Let's put teams together. It's a classic mantra, but our goal is to put them together with the understanding that they are going to be the leaders that are going to change the world. We bring to them the best practices in how do you form teams? How do you communicate ideas? How do you look over the horizon and use models of getting to the future first to find opportunities, to find ways to bring those opportunities back. We're going to give them the tools that they can use to analyze, to critique, to find white spot opportunities, to build programs to get there. Our whole model is to replicate the best leadership of Silicon Valley. And from that, we're going to have each student build the ability to say, here's the story. Here's the portfolio that I was able to develop, even out of these short type of Moonshot programs, before I joined the bigger global Moonshot community. Because as you grow and join the Moonshots community globally, each and every time you practice with a team, you'll be able to put a badge on. You'll be able to say, look, I worked on something. So we've had students in the Moonshots program work on Eric Schmidt's Futures Challenges last fall. We've had students who won and applied to James Dyson's awards. We have students who take their Moonshot ideas and turn them into potential startups with Stanford University's StartX Incubator. So in all of these cases, we're trying to get these students to learn to be the leaders, to become the catalyst, to learn the skills, to reach forward, pull the future in, begin to attack it, and then say, that was a really great challenge, let's try another one. And giving them this ability to keep trying, to keep learning how to practice and get better. That's why we call the students the Moonshots. It's what they're able to do. We are launching them into the future. The Moonshots program is fundamentally about talent. How are we going to take these young, amazing people, young kids from around the world, and how are we going to give them the opportunity to change things now while they're young? So I welcome you to join us at the Moonshots program in the coming weeks. It's going to be an amazing time. It's built on, like I said, about 20 years of active work at universities around the world. Tier 1, I, of course, have 30 years of industry in Silicon Valley, building teams, building solutions, getting shit done. And that's kind of the way we're going to really work on it. Join us, become a Moonshot, become the leader of the future.
Hi there, I'm Sharon. I'm taking part in MoonShot Academy. I saw it online and I thought like, oh my gosh, that fits completely to the course I'm studying in the future. So I'm so glad to be here because you meet amazing people, you meet amazing teachers, and obviously the kind of network you're creating is brilliant. So big thanks, big thumbs up. So definitely can recommend it to anyone out there.
Hi, I'm Cynthia, and I also saw this program from the official communication channel, and I realized that I love this program because this program provides you training on your public speaking skills and train you how to think of ideas, and they provide a channel and model for you to implement your ideas, and looking forward to the future.
What's the difference between design thinking and the Moonshot?
Oh, that's easy. So I come out of the group that invented design thinking. I was there in the early days, and design thinking was invented for people to really solve problems. It was meant to say, we've got a problem, and let's figure out how the user is having that problem. So the first thing we have to do is find the problem. And the second thing we have to do is look at the user, or invert them. Let's go look at a user and find their problem. And it is it is the best process for kind of how you get from just looking at engineering issues, or just looking at a product and really trying to understand how would we make this work for a user. The reason that we created the MoonShots program, it's actually spun out of the same group, right? So I come from that group at Stanford. What we looked at was we were instead coming out of the idea, which was, well, what if there isn't a user yet? What if it's, I don't know, a flying car? So 10 years ago, we had a student who is an amazing design thinker walk into our course at Stanford and say, I want to build flying cars. User need analysis doesn't work. There's nothing to ask for. There's no problem with users yet. So what he did was he started with, well, how would you envision it? And where would the markets be? And who would the competitors be? Of course, you guys know right now there's flying car companies. Likewise, this is the classic quote from Steve Jobs, right? When they set out to do the iPhone, they could never have asked the user what their problem was. There was no problem the iPhone was solving. The iPhone was so revolutionary new. Likewise, for those of us that are at the right age, I mean, you remember the first time you saw like a Macintosh, or the first time you drove in a Tesla. They were just so new. They weren't solving a problem. They were changing the way we all think. So where we look at is we push very far, and then as the students get better at their idea and are bringing it closer in, we have them look at design thinking. We have them look at business model canvas. For the right teams, we have them look at how to do fundraising. So all of those other tools, how to do OKRs, if you like OKRs, or KPIs, we teach all of those as tools that you can deliver your vision with. So they mix together in the sense that once you've got your vision and your team and you plan how to get there, now you can use design thinking, you can use your business model canvas, you can use all those other tools that students are going to pick up in their different classes.